Hi everyone, it's Sandy, and in today's video I will be sharing my fall TBR and my most anticipated fall releases. In case you don't already know, I will be studying abroad in Vietnam this fall semester, so I have no idea how much reading or how little reading I will get done while I'm abroad. By the way, I won't be bringing any single physical book with me while I'm traveling abroad, just because I need to figure out how I'm going to pack my entire life into 2 suitcases and a backpack for 4 months, and unfortunately I can't spare any space for books. I recently did buy a Kindle, so I will be bringing my Kindle and I will be heavily dependent on my library. Hopefully the Overdrive app still works while I'm in Vietnam because that app connects to my local library. The books that I'm mentioning for this TBR does not mean that these are the only books that I'll be reading during the fall. I'm also only including 4 anticipated releases because these are the books that I really want to read during the fall and I plan on reading during the fall. There are a handful of other book releases that I am excited for, but I don't think I will be reading them right away or during the fall season, so that's why I'm not including a bunch of anticipated releases in this video. I'm just including the books that I'm excited for and really want to read during the fall season. The first 2 books in my fall TBR are A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. These are the second and third book in A Darker Shade of Magic. I read A Darker Shade of Magic this summer and I really enjoyed it, and I really want to continue on with the series, so that is why I have the rest of the books on my fall TBR. A Darker Shade of Magic has to do with parallel worlds revolving around London. There are different types of Londons, and it follows our 2 main characters, Kel and Lila, who are complete strangers at the start of the book, but they end up crossing paths and end up having to work together. The next book that I really want to read during the fall is a book that has gotten a lot of hype surrounding it, and that book is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I've heard so many amazing things about this book. I've heard that if you like fangirl, you will really enjoy this book, and I've heard a lot of people saying that they love this book more than Fangirl. Fangirl is definitely one of my favorite books, and I'm always looking for contemporary books that are kind of similar to Fangirl. This book follows Eliza, who is the anonymous creator of a very popular webcomic, and then it also follows another guy named Wallace who transfers to Eliza's school, and he is a very well-known fan fiction writer of her comics. That is all I know about the story, but it sounds amazing and I can't wait to read it. The next book on my TBR is Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. This book follows Alex, who is the most powerful witch in her generation, except she hates magic. One day she makes a wish to get rid of her magic, and that wish ends up backfiring and it gets rid of her entire family. This book is actually on my Diversity Bingo TBR because it includes own voices, bisexuality, and Latinx representation. Another book on my Diversity Bingo TBR that I really want to get to during the fall is Under a Painted Sky by Stacey Lee. This book takes place in Missouri in 1849, and it follows a Chinese American main character who ends up on the Oregon Trail with a runaway slave. Stacey Lee has written a few other books, and I believe that this is her debut, and I've been wanting to pick up a Stacey Lee book for a while now. I'm pretty sure I had this book on my summer TBR, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get to it, so hopefully I am able to read it during the fall. Another book on my TBR is Want by Cindy Pon. This book follows Jason, who lives in a world that's very polluted and has a lot of viruses, and only the wealthy are able to purchase these special suits that protects them from the pollution and viruses. He wants to destroy the company that produces these suits because he has the suspicion that they are the ones who's producing the pollution and viruses that require the suits in the first place. And along the way, he also meets this girl who happens to be the daughter of the CEO of the corporation. The next 2 books on my TBR are written by the same author, and I don't know if I'll start both of them during the fall, but I at least want to get to one of these books, and they are The Sword of Summer, which is the first book in Magnus Chase, and The Hidden Oracle, which is the first book in the Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. It's been a while since I finished The Heroes of Olympus, and I haven't picked up a Rick Riordan book since, so I've just been really missing his writing and his world and the characters. I've been wanting to read his new series for a while now, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it, so I definitely want to get to at least one of these series during the fall. I really don't know which series I should start. I'm kind of leaning more Trials of Apollo, but at the same time I kind of want to read according to the publication year, which means that I should read Magnus Chase first because that's the book that came out before The Hidden Oracle. If you've read both of these books, let me know which is your favorite and which one I should start off with. Now I'm going to talk about all the anticipated releases that I also plan on reading during the fall. I also happen to own ARCs of all these anticipated releases because I got them at ALA, which I'm so grateful for, but unfortunately I'm unable to bring these ARCs with me. The first one is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This book follows Mateo and Rufus, who receive a call a little after midnight on September 5th, letting them know that they are both going to die on that day. They are complete strangers, but they end up connecting through this app, and I'm assuming they end up spending the rest of the day together together, and that is all I know about the story. What I think is really cool is that this book actually comes out on September 5th as well, so you basically get to live Mateo and Rufus's last day on the day that they are both going to die. The next book is Warcross by Marie Lu, and when I found out Marie Lu was writing a new book, I was excited, but I wasn't like super excited. But then I heard that there was going to be an Asian main character, and I've been hearing so many great things about this book so far that has me even more excited to pick this book up. This is a sci-fi thriller that follows a teenage hacker, and it has to do with this game called Warcross. The next book that I'm anticipating is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. This is a YA horror novel that is described as Scream meets YA. The main premise is that one by one, high school students are slowly being killed off in a series of gruesome murders, and there is a hunt going on for the killer. The plot definitely sounds very different from her fluffy contemporary novel, and I'm really excited to see what's in store for this book. And the last book is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dao. This book is an East Asian fantasy reimagining of the Evil Queen, and that already has me hooked. I really hope this book lives up to my expectations because it sounds right up my alley, and I'm so excited to read it. Those are all the books on my fall TBR along with my anticipated fall releases. Let me know in the comments some of your anticipated fall releases, and if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!